Ashley Howard with Ashley Howard Teaches, and I'm so excited that you stopped by. Are you looking for a Bible curriculum for this next school year that's amazing and wonderful and that keeps your kids engaged and loving the Lord? Well, I have some great options for you. I can't wait to tell you all about them. But first, hit that subscribe button and that like button so that you don't miss a thing. So let's get started with our Bible curriculum. So first and foremost, I love this Bible. So this is the day-by-day kids Bible. I have used this for the past 2 years. I have to say, I thought we would get through it in a year, but we have not. It's broken down in kid language. And it's great. It's the whole Bible going all the way through. My kids have learned so much. So what you are able to do is go through the Bible in a year by only reading 7 minutes a day. So doable. I would say 5 to 12 is the optimal age for this Bible. It's so sweet, so good. We have 5 kids in our family. So we are able to read to my older 3 while my other 2s play and have fun together. So this has been a great blessing to our family and a great addition. So I have this Bible recap book, and this has been absolutely wonderful. So this is geared for older ages, so you have to read it beforehand and make sure that there's nothing that you don't want your kids to hear, nothing bad, all biblical, but some that are more advanced topics than others. But what I love about this is that I'm able to read my kid day-by-day Bible, but then look up the chapters in here and read to them from this, and they get to know more details about the Bible. So if we learn about Noah, and it talks about Noah in these chapters, then we go here and we read the commentary about Noah, about what's going on in that time, about the culture, about how the Bible relates to that chapter. So we have loved that. As you can see, it's written in these wonderful chapters. Now for me, it's also a great Bible study. So for you moms out there that are looking for some commentary about the Bible and you're wanting to dig deep into the Bible, this is a great book for you. If you don't know, I think it's the #1 podcast, the Bible Recap. But I love this book because it breaks it down into each chapter of the Bible and it tells you all about it. It's wonderful. One of my favorite books I've ever bought and ever. So if I could tell you to go buy anything, it would be this and your kids' day-by-day Bible. And you could just live with that, and that would be great. But I wanted to offer you some other resources that we have loved too. Now for your younger kids, I have some great options. Now this is for your 5 to 7-year-old range. So another book that we love, it's a devotional book. It's by Lou Giglio, and it's called The Wonder of Creation. Now he has 2 other books, and all of his books are on God and science. So he combines these great devotionals. You learn about science, and then you learn about the Lord and a lesson about God too. So they are perfect and they're great. They're so cute. And I find that all my kids love them. I have kids ranging from 2 to 11. So these are great. I love these devotionals. The images are bright. The verses are great. And we have loved this book so much. So as you can see, we learn science facts. We learn a Bible verse. We learn about the Lord. You just cannot go wrong with any of Lou Giglio's books on creation, about God, and science. So we adore these. So we usually read all 3 of those in the morning. And then at night, we have another devotional. Now we just started this one, but we are loving it so far. It's by Not Consumed, and it's called The Content Heart. So they have a lot of different Bible studies to choose from. We also bought the sibling one. We haven't gone through that one yet, but right now we're doing about having a content heart. Now these are bite-sized lessons, and you can buy one for each age level. So there's 8 through 12, and then there's 12, I think 13 through older kids, and then you have the primary for the younger kids. So it's really cute. They can fill it in. You can do it as a family. There's a parent guide also. So these are really cute. As you can see, they can fill these out. This is the parent guide right here. So this is the one that you will fill out. So it gives you a Bible study too. So it's wonderful. It's engaging. It's great for family devotionals at night and just to extend their knowledge of the Bible. So I just encourage you to find a family devotional. If it's not this one, these are great, but if it's not this one, find one that you love. Here is the junior one. So this is your 8 to, I believe, 12. So they'll fill in. So this says a content heart is always thankful. And you write down things that you're thankful for. Who doesn't need that? So there's just different on each page. This one talks about poverty and how many kids don't have enough food to eat. So many things on gaining contentment, learning these verses, and I encourage you, if you go through this Bible study, go through and write these verses out. Have them use that as their handwriting. Write these verses, put them on your wall, print them out for them, have them out everywhere, have them learn these verses, and have them commit these to heart, right? Because we want them to have scripture abundant in their heart. So that is my dream for my children, just to love the Lord with all their heart, with all their soul, with all their might. So these have been great, and I can't wait to show you the sibling one also. So here's a look at the primary level. So as you can see, it's the same thing, but this one's kind of more of a survey. There's more drawing areas than these. This is, I think it's 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7. About see bigger type, bigger areas for drawing. They're the same study. There's just some of them that have more area for writing and some of them have more area for drawing. So I got this one for my 7-year-old and the older ones for my 9 and 11-year-old. So those worked out perfect. Okay, so I have to tell you, another one of my absolute favorite things to do in Bible study, and I will tell you, we spend a good hour and a half on Bible study because I feel like that's the most important thing. If I teach them to love the Lord with everything that they have, then that is the most important thing I can give to them all day long. So let me show you what we also do. Here are the books that are called Christian Heroes, Now, Then, and Now. We started off with George Mueller, and I don't know if I will ever find a book that I love more than this book. It talks about these great Christian missionaries. Now, our son, we named after Hudson Taylor. So these are great books. I love to hear about how they pursue the Lord with everything that they have. There are times when I'm reading these books, y'all, and I'm just crying because the stories are so miraculous, how God used these missionaries to honor the Lord and how they trust in the Lord with all their heart, even when they didn't have any money left, and they prayed fervently and God answered their prayers. So it will give you goosebumps to hear these. And I will tell you, I have my 7-year-old listen on these, my 9-year-old listens, my 11-year-old, and sometimes even my 4-year-olds. But you know, some of the stories are a little bit more hairy than others, so you kind of need to be your own judge on that. But these are wonderful books about great missionary heroes that you will absolutely love. I thought this would be too much for them, but they adore this. In fact, they want me to keep reading every day, and I almost feel bad telling them, sorry, we can't read about missionaries anymore. We have to go do math. But I will tell you, they're that good. And this might be something you do at night as well before they go to bed. But let me tell you some of the other fun devotionals that we have loved over the years. So guys, for your 4 to 7-year-olds, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, these are great. They're great stories. They're called My ABC Bible Verses, Hiding God's Word in Your Heart. I'll flip through real quick. We go through a verse, and it tells a story that's really age appropriate. So it's really sweet about things that might happen in their life, about sharing, about caring, about loving others. And it goes through a Bible verse and asks them questions. What would you do? How could you help these people? How could you love the Lord through this? So they're very short verses for them to memorize, but great stories that are sweet and easy for them to read. I think this is like a $10 book, but you know what? We have used this book over and over and over. It's one of my top favorite for my younger kids. Now, for a little bit older, the Devos for animal lovers. I don't know if you have an animal lover in your house, but we certainly do. And so these grades are great. They talk about Bible verses, they talk about loving the Lord, and they always have an animal story included. So that's a win-win. They're interested, they're excited. So these are great, and they go day by day. So you'll have each day of the month, you can read one of these, and these are great. You know what? I like to do these at lunch. They're a little bit lighter, shorter. So these are great while you're eating lunch real quick and to have a fun devotional and get them excited about Jesus. So that is great. So another book that I absolutely adore is God's Names by Sally Michael. Now the great thing about this book is it goes through each name of God. So it talks about El Roy, El Shaddai, Elohim. So it goes through all these different names, and look at this. It tells a story about it. It tells the Bible verses. It talks about how God is each one of these. This is Jehovah Sabaoth. Oh, I don't even know if I said that. Lord of hosts. So it talks about David and Goliath. It talks about how that God is the Lord of hosts. And it talks about what a host is so that they actually know what these words mean. This is a great one. Not only did they learn, but I learned also. So God's names is a great one to add for any age. It's wonderful. So another thing that I love to have them read from is from My Father's World. We used to do My Father's World a long time ago, and we loved their curriculum. It was so sweet. But we did My Father's World, and we did the first grade Bible reader. Now this one is great because it gets them reading the Bible, and you can even set this out for them to practice during reading time. And it's really easy, age-appropriate words, and they learn how to read, and they're reading Bible stories all the way through. So I have kept this and used this. I don't use a lot of My Father's World stuff anymore. I use some of it, but I do find this book, and I used it so much so that the cover came off. But it's a great book, and it's so easy, and it's fun for them to use, and they're learning to read their Bible. So I think that's wonderful. I also encourage my children to have 5 minutes of devotional time on their own. Now that looks different for each age. So I'll have them have a time just when we're sitting there afterwards to pray, maybe to get their Bibles out, to read, and just teach them that habit of going to the Lord every day and spending special time with Him. And as they get older, that time will grow. And so for my older children, they're kind of doing that on their own already, but it's teaching them when they're younger. Spend time in prayer, spend time with the Lord, and make that a priority in your day. So another book that my boys especially loved was the Story Traveler's Bible. So this one is great. It goes through this story, and it's like these kids are going through the Bible. They're going through the stories together, and it all kind of relates together. This is great for your 6 to 12-year-old age range. It has great pictures, great images, has great verses. It's not too much in each reading. And they have lots of details in these. They're super fun to read. They get excited about what's going to happen next. And they kind of tie all of the stories, the Bible stories together. My kids love this one. They also have a Bible verse that they learn each time. And they go through and make it super fun to learn the Bible. And that is a win for me. So this was called the Story Traveler's Bible. And so another thing I love to use in our Bible studies is this Torchlighters Ultimate Activity Book. Now this is great to pair with your Christian heroes now and then because it tells about great missionaries, but then it also gives you activities to do in here. So like this one is about Glady Atwater, and it teaches you all about Glady Atwater and what happened in her life. And then it talks about how to learn Chinese words, and it teaches you a couple Chinese words. It teaches you how to write in Chinese. So this is really good, and it has even pictures for you to color. So I think it's a great hands-on way to extend their learning about great missionaries. So for younger kids, we also love the Jesus Storybook Bible. That has been a win all along. So we have used a lot of different Bibles, a lot of different stuff for our curriculum, but I wanted to also show you some Bibles that my children love. So this is for my 9-year-old boy. This has become the hit right now, the Action Bible. So all of his friends have the Action Bible. It's super fun. It has comics in here, but it tells about the Bible stories. So this is a great one for boys ages 8 to 12. It's great. So I highly recommend this Action Bible. Now for my littler ones, my 4-year-old, oh my word, 4 or 5, so much fun to teach them the great Bible story. I love this Beginner's Bible. This one is so sweet. So this is by Zonder Kids. It has great images. He loves to read this every single night. We read this. He wants to keep reading more and more every night. He wants to hear about the Bible stories because it makes it at the kid age, not too many words. The stories are only 3 or 4 pages, and he is learning, and he can actually fill in the blanks. Every time I stop, he fills in a word. So that's a great way to see what they're learning in the Bible also. So another one that I love for those 4 to 8, 4 to 7 age is this Bernstein Bears Storybook Bible. So this is a great one to do in the morning as well. Has great pictures. It's super sweet. It really goes through the Bible really well. And so this has been a fun one for us as well. As you can see, I'm like a Bible collector. If you have a Bible that you have a question on, I probably have it and can answer a question on it because I love finding new ways to help my kids love the Lord. Another one of my favorites for the preschool kindergarten level is this My First Hands-On Bible. I bought this like 10 years ago, I think, and this is so cute. But But you know what my favorite part about this Bible is? Not only that it's hands-on and fun, but also that they don't skimp on the words here. Now, they use detailed accounts of the Bible. This isn't your just kind of go over and use kind of simple language. They really tell these kids about Jesus, about the words in the Bible. As you can see, they're using Egyptian, Pharaoh, preserve. So another one of our favorites is the hands-on Bible. This is great for preschool, kindergarten. It's so cute, hands-on, makes it fun, and they really don't skip on the language here. So the language is great. It's rich, it's engaging, and you will love it. It will really teach them in-depth stories about the Bible and help them to learn the Bible with rich imagery and language, and I just love this one. As a speech pathologist, I just love looking for things with great language also. So this is a great one for you if you are looking for preschool, kindergarten. So another one of my top favorites. I cannot find it. I've looked through all my bookshelves. As you can see, I have tons of books. It's called The Big Book of 5-Minute Devotionals. It has animals on the front. And for your 4 to 6-year-old crew, this is so sweet. And it really goes through about animals that they love, and then it talks about different character qualities and about how to love Jesus through that. So that one is a great one. I wish I could find it, but I've spent like 30 minutes searching for it and still nothing. I know we've used it so many times that we probably have lost it somewhere on some shelf. So anyway, another thing that I love to use is the Adventure Bible. I can read books. As your kids get older, they're able to read their own Bible stories, and these are short and sweet, and they tell about the Bible. Really cute, little pictures, great words for them to use, and they can start to read on their own. Probably more second and first. They can start to read these books and read the Bible on their own, but they're in a great format, fun and sweet and to the point, and I just love these. So I hope you've enjoyed all of this Bible curriculum. So that is it for today. So let me know in the comments below, what subject are you really struggling with? And I will focus on that for my next video. So leave a comment below. I have way more curriculum, so I might do a part 2. If you're interested, let me know in the comments below. Or if there are any questions you have about Bible or Bible curriculum, I'd also like to tell you the Grapevine studies where you draw out the Bible has been a fun one for us as well. We like that too. So there's so many different ones, guys. There's so many different Bibles, there's so many different curriculums, so many different ways that you can do Bible story time and help them to learn about Jesus. And that is the most important thing of all. So I highly recommend you look through all these different ones, pick the ones that you like, and enjoy loving the Lord with your kids. Talk about it wherever you go. Tell them when you go outside in the morning, look at the sky, look how God made the sky. And as you go to bed at night, thank the Lord for them, because they are such a blessing. Children are a blessing from the Lord. They are a reward from Him. So don't forget that when you're homeschooling. Don't get so caught up in curriculum and time that you forget to love your children with everything that you have and love the Lord your God with everything that you have. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give a like if you enjoyed it and subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Let me know what you would like to see in the next video, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.